Good practice today. Got a lot of good work in. Intensity was up, good physical, good hot day, so it was a lot of work, good practice, so pleased.
Better than yesterday then?
Yeah, I think so, just cleaner. Yeah.
When did it first come up that you guys were going to use Max and Jalen in the way that you did? And did you think that was a crazy idea at first, or a good idea, or what?
No, we thought about it last week and game planned for it. You've heard me say, I think, just about every press conference that we expect both quarterbacks to play. So we're just staying on course there.
But a lot of coaches do, like one series and another series, this running in and out thing.
Yeah, you know, we're going to do, you've also heard me say that whatever we got to do to put our players in a position to be successful, whatever we think can help us in any schematic advantage, anything we have to do to help us win, we're going to try to do.
As a defensive coordinator, does that make it more difficult to plan for when they're coming in rotationally like that?
I think it does with the speed at which we operate. Yeah, I think with series, I think it's a little bit easier that way. So, you know, again, I've often said, I mean, the tempo can be effective if you're executing the right way.
Okay, how did your linebackers play last week? And going against Louisville, you talked about how balanced they are. Mm-hmm. What sort of bind does that put them in, and what sort of keys do they have to follow in a game like this?
Yeah, they're going to have to play well because of the run-pass conflict that they're in, and you know, we just got to execute. We got to play very good. You know, we talked about it after the first game, and we can't give them yards on routine plays. That's just being good. Sharp football team, all 11 guys being in the position they need to be in, be physical, take care of your job, and make good, clean tackles. Position on the football is a big thing. When you got guys that can make plays like they do, you have to have a lot of guys in good position.
Did you see any renewed urgency out of your backup linebackers when they got a chance to play?
Yeah. I see guys working to get better. I see Khalid out there working to get better, doing some good things.
Does your offense take a little extra motivation knowing that Louisville's only giving up? You know, they're allowing 7 points a game.
I don't know if we need extra motivation. I think we know we're playing a good football team, really, on all sides. So, you know, we're really concentrating on ourselves and doing the best we can, as it is every week.
A lot of your defensive guys yesterday talked about wanting to make Bridgewater uncomfortable. They didn't know that they'd maybe seen that on film much this year, especially.
Well, anytime, any great quarterback, I think you'll hear that. You know, I don't care if you're playing Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or anybody. I think people constantly talk about quarterbacks as trying to make them uncomfortable. He could certainly pick you apart if you give him time. So anytime you have any great defenses, it's getting some pressure, you know, making them uneasy.
Is that easier said than done with?
Absolutely. You know, and that takes a complete defensive effort, not just the front. You have to play good coverage. So, you know, if there's guys wide open, he's going to just get rid of the ball very quickly.
Mark, Louisville's first 5 possessions against Ohio, first 5 against Eastern, 7 touchdowns in trials. What are they doing right out of the gate, and how critical is it to get an early stop psychologically?
Yeah, it is. It is important to get a stop. They're just, you know, they're just very balanced, very poised. I think they have a good idea of their game plan going into it. With the basics of their game plan, you'll see a lot of what they're going to do throughout the game in the first, 2-3 series, and they're executing very well, playing very fast.
On the contrast, you all started first scoring in the first 5 possessions last Saturday. What was different about the start Saturday versus the week before?
We executed much better. You know, we executed much better. Obviously, it was different because we were on defense the first game and didn't stop them, and that may have hurt our momentum. And you know, we talked about that. I don't want to go back to that. But then on the next game, we took the ball and went right down and scored. Obviously, that helps get off to a fast start.
How much of last season's game, UK-UL game, will you watch for preparation?
No, not much. Not much.
In that game, Max threw 50 times. Do you feel that he feels comfortable throwing against UL?
Well, I think, again, that might, whatever they felt they needed to do to try to win, the same thing we're going to do. If that means running it 50, 60 times, that's what you'll do. If it means throwing it, you never know how the game's going to pan out, too. You have an idea going into it what you want to do, and then you have to alter that to try to win the game.
There's a lot of talk about the returners after Saturday. How have those guys been in practice?
We've worked hard. I think we've cleaned up some things. I expect us to be improved.
Their running backs, do they do different things depending on who's in there? Is it pretty much the same scheme?
It's the same. They're all very versatile backs, very good, strong backs.
Coach, do you expect the butterflies to be on from the young guys after 2 games under their belt?
I expect them to be better. I think it'll be obviously I think a little bit bigger crowd, the atmosphere, I hope, is a little better and all that. And I think some, so that may add to it a little bit. But I think it definitely helps that we played a couple games and starting to improve there.